Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good weekend and welcome back to Communist Revolutionary Simulator 6. We're about to embark on the final mission in the Este province, starting off from this rebel control road checkpoint. And I do have to apologise. This mission isn't completely terrible. I am very sorry about that, although it does not start off particularly well. I mean, the whole premise of the mission is pants on head stupid. Floating a geriatric tank on a raft through Navy-controlled waters to attack a Navy base. It's a pretty dumb idea even by Far Cry 6 standards, but that's not what I'm talking about. You'll note that we've just passed through a rebel-controlled checkpoint. We do actually control every single road checkpoint in this province. Which begs the question, how is it that this government patrol 200 metres up the road, it's just over there to the right, you see the government flags? Yeah, those guys. How do they get there? And how do they get out when their shift is over? And also, because that government patrol is barely 100 metres from where we're launching the tank, how did we get the tank here without them seeing? And why aren't they doing anything about it? Oh, wait, no, I get it. We've got a sheet over the tank. That explains it. They probably thought it was an ice cream truck. Yeah, once again, these are the kind of questions that it just really doesn't pay to ask when you're playing Far Cry 6. We're going to see that. Oh my god.
My baby Tigre, a big battle is on the horizon.
I'm just happy everyone is getting along.
You did this. Back in '67, it was Santos who could bring the people together. Today, you have that magic.
So, I'm Santos?
No, you are me, the Fist. Now, before every mission, I find that if I imagine myself accomplishing it, I will accomplish it.
There. I just imagined us destroying the Navy. We doing this?
You kids today, you're so fast with everything. Take in this moment. The world will change in a couple of hours.
Now, I have to admit, I'm kind of in two minds over what happened next, because I was really looking forward to the sheer stupidity of... I mean, I don't know if you noticed, that raft doesn't have an engine. Presumably it was either going to be just drifting on the current or being towed by some tiny little fishing boat with an outboard engine through waters patrolled by the Yaren Navy while making its assault on the Yaren Navy base. And that would have been hilarious. But as you can see, we just get dumped on the island. Now, there are two possible explanations for this. Either the developers had a sudden burst of sanity and realised just how incredibly fucking stupid that would have been. Although, based on past evidence and the fact that, I don't know if you just noticed it, the tank is driving up to assault the gate with its turret pointing the wrong way. So I think that's the less likely of the two possible explanations. The other possible explanation for why we just end up getting dumped on the beach in the middle of the assault, rather than having to actually play through the initial phase of the assault, is because the developers thought, nah, fuck that, it's too much like hard work, and they just couldn't be bothered. Honestly, I think that's probably the more likely of the two explanations. But we're here now. And you know what? This doesn't completely suck. This is actually one of the more enjoyable missions that I've played through in Far Cry 6. I'm not saying that this whole thing doesn't stretch the bounds of possibility. I realise that we are driving up to assault a fortress in a tank with live ammunition strapped to the outside of its turret. I mean, you know, let us not get too excited. We are still playing Far Cry 6, but by Far Cry 6's standards, this is actually a fairly well put together mission. What is the deal with all of that live ammo strapped to the tank's turret anyway? Is this Far Cry 6's idea of explosive reactive armour? I mean, look at it. Oh. Actually, we'll just... No, he's dead. Right, we have to repair the tank. Look at that. That's live 100mm ammunition. It's like somebody at Ubisoft heard of the idea of explosive reactive armour and thought, how can we improvise that? in the way that only Ubisoft could. I mean, I know that, you know, the whole theme of Far Cry 6 is improvised weaponry because you're a guerrilla revolutionary after all, but, I mean, seriously? Come on. And then, of course, there's the issue of the whole sawn-off tank gun barrel as well, and no, I'm not making this up. This is actually happening. There it is. It's like they took a T-55's 100mm gun and sawed the barrel off. Now, leaving aside the question of how, because you can't just chop a tank's gun barrel off. And I mean, it's physically very, very difficult. It's not something that you can do in your garage with a cutting torch. I mean, it probably is, but you will ruin the barrel. In order to do it properly, you require actual manufacturing facilities. Facilities that the guerrillas just don't have. Because they're the guerrillas. But leaving all of that aside, just letting them have that one, just imagining for a second that they do have the facility to chop a tank's gun barrel off without wrecking the barrel and increasing the likelihood that a shell is going to burst in the barrel and knock the tank out. Even leaving all of that aside, assuming that they could do it and it would work, even though it would make the tank way less accurate, why the fuck would you do it? I mean, traditionally you saw a barrel off in order to make something more concealable. Is this a fucking stealth tank now, is it? Ubisoft. I don't think stealth works the way you seem to think it does.
I'm good. Looks like this way's blocked. I'm gonna go for Benitez.
Do it! We'll find another way in and connect with you as soon as we can!
A guerrilla has made it inside! Find them! Kill them!
I realise I'm not doing a particularly good job of selling this mission.
You're not dealing with a guerrilla inside, then you're killing guerrillas outside!
But honestly, you know, by the standards of anything other than Far Cry 6, this is a perfectly competent mission, and actually quite fun and enjoyable to play. By the standards of Far Cry 6, this is a fucking masterpiece. There's the minimum of talking, and the maximum of action. And the only thing that really breaks up the flow of the action is when Rita sends you a private message and you realise you've got Facebook open on the other monitor. And you have to quickly pause the action in order to shut the window, so we don't get any further interruptions. I don't know. If it's not Akazuki demanding attention at the most inopportune possible moment, it's Rita sending me pictures of cats in hats eating cheeseburgers. Right, we have to find Admiral Benitez. Oh, thought there was somebody in here. He's right there. Okay. See that skull icon? That probably means something really nasty. Okay, bulletproof glass, fine. This room is actually kind of tricky. See, I need the key card in order to get in there, which means one of these guys probably has it. Oh, there's another one. Quickly, duck into cover, want to reload. There they go. Oh, they backed off. Right. All kinds of doors in here. Locked. Big red flashing lights on them. Okay, yeah, I know I've been spotted, but if I can't shoot through the bulletproof glass, that means they can't either. And here's where things get tricky.
I need to stop. The poison being pumped in here.
She's pumping poison gas into the room. She's pumping poison gas into the room. She doesn't really appear to give a shit about any of her own soldiers who were in here, none of whom had gas masks, but well, that's kind of in character. Now, there is a fairly simple solution to this. Well, there's two. First, shut off the valves. Although you are slowly, well, not slowly actually, you're very quickly dying of the poison while you're trying to get to the valves. Now, you do actually have a specific armour set designed to deal with poison. And no, I'm not wearing it. And it doesn't cost you anything to equip that item set, because the game's paused while you're changing gear. But I'd seriously underestimated how many poison valves were in this room. I thought I could do it without. And obviously, as you just saw, I couldn't. Although the fact that I failed by missing the jump to the second poison valve lulled me into something of a false sense of security. I mean, yes, I know. Because it doesn't cost you anything to change item sets. Because the action is paused while you do it, it wouldn't hurt to just do it. But at the moment I'm wearing my armor-piercing resistant item set and I'm getting shot at, so it's a good idea to, you know, not die to bullets.
You are all going to die here, and I will deliver your corpses to Presidente Castillo myself. Release the poison!
Now at this point, and I confess I was basically just being lazy here, I thought I could still do it without having to swap out item sets. And it may be possible, but the thing is, the amount of damage that you take from the poison and the cooldown on your healing meds leaves you zero margin for error. And it was at this point when I started to come to that conclusion, particularly since it's just become apparent that there are more than 2 valves that need to be closed. I think there may even be 4 in total. So, looking at how quickly my health bar is depleting and realising how long I have to wait before my healing meds come off cooldown and I can replenish the health bar, you really do need to be using that anti-poison item set. Just in order to give you a bigger margin for error, if you screw up any of these jumps, and no, you can't shoot the valves, and end up having to go around again. I mean, look at this. I'm basically about to die, and my heal has only just come back off cooldown, so I'm going to pop that heal, and then I'm going to do what I should have done right at the start, and equip that hazmat set. Now, when you're swapping item sets like this, the game's paused, so I'm not taking any further damage or wasting any further time. And I'm pretty sure I've got a Mark II version, maybe not the full set. But you can equip the set very quickly just by mousing over the one that you want and then pressing R, and it equips every item in the set that you have. But I'm pretty sure, there it is, Hazmat Suit Mark II. So I'll equip whichever of the Mark II items of the set I have, which will give me more effective poison defense. And you can see how much less quickly the health bar is draining. Although it is still draining a lot faster than I'd like. But now, I don't have to worry about dying before my healing meds come off cooldown. Now, how am I getting up there? Oh, ladder. Okay, cool. Oh, shit. No, just managed to catch it in time. Come on, healing meds. Okay, shut off the valve. Is this the last one? Heal up, just in time. That was not the last valve. There is another one. Where is it? It's got to be through here. Come on. Yep, it's over there. Right. I really don't want to fuck this up. But I've got time now that I've equipped the hazmat set, so I can afford to take it easy. And this must be the final valve. No, don't hit it with your machete. Turn the valve. There you go. Right.
How did they get to all the valves?
And we're going to live. At least for now. Although, did I pick up the key card? I don't remember. Well, there's one way to find out. Let's head to the door and see if I can open it. Oh, I did not pick up the key card because that guy had it. He was the guy who was inside the that room there. Right. Let's grab his stuff. Got it. Northern Wing key card.
See, seems to be fucking death around every corner here.
Then make sure you're on the other side of those corners.
Claro, El Tigre.
Now that I've grabbed the second key card, I should be able to open some of those locked doors. That's not one of them. Were they downstairs? Pretty sure I saw some red lights on. There we go. Use key. Right. What now? Still haven't found Admiral Benitez. More bad guys on the other side of bulletproof glass. So there's 2 of them in that room. This looks like a holding cell area.
Open my cell. You can do it in the control room.
Okay. There's probably a switch in there that opens the cell doors. Now remember, there were 2 soldiers inside this room. Where the fuck did they go?
Now how do I open the door? Benitez went in.
We'll worry about that in a moment. For now, we're opening the cell doors. Now watch this.
They will die.
Remember, this room is empty, yeah? And the door at the other end is locked.
You think I wasn't ready for an attack like this?
So we've opened the cell doors. Where the fuck did you come from? You see what I mean? That door was locked a second ago. I mean, yes, you could explain it by saying, okay, they saw me through the bulletproof glass, so they ran through that door and locked it behind them. But then why did they unlock it and run back in? You know, if they were feeling so brave, why did they run out and lock the door behind them in the first place? It just doesn't make any sense. But once again, this is Far Cry 6, and it really doesn't pay to ask those kind of questions here.
Perfect timing! Giovanni, this is fun, right? We almost got Benitez. You ready? You ready is my middle name.
Let's just stock up on ammo, because this sounds to me like the finale. I don't want to just run out into the courtyard with soldiers all over the battlements. So we'll thin out as many of them as possible. No, that's the wrong button. Heal, yes, Z, not X. X pops up your smartphone. Seriously, it is so embarrassing the amount of times that, like, there we go. I pressed the wrong button. Fortunately, it isn't always immediately fatal, but it is seriously embarrassing the amount of times I've been playing this game and I've walked up to, I don't know, a horse, and you're supposed to press the E key to mount it, but I've accidentally pressed the melee attack key. Chop the horse's head off. Seriously, I'm doing this all the time. Right, anyway, let's get up there. Looks like we've cleared the courtyard. No, not quite. I suspect they may keep coming. This might be a bit like Call of Duty. You know, where they keep coming until you reach a certain checkpoint, so let's push forward. Whoa! Or then again, it might not. Ah, either way. Wow, I took a lot of damage there. Let's heal up again. So I'm not quite sure exactly what's happening here. It looks like Benitez has made it into that roundhouse over there. Reinforcements are flooding in. Normally I'd be using the M14, but I've modded up this AKM to fire armor-piercing rounds. And it's just as good, if not quite as accurate. Right. Doing okay for ammo. I'll probably be able to scavenge some. Right, here we go. How the hell do I get through there? Yeah, it's going to take more than a baseball bat on Ron. So, I mean, I've got explosives. What do you mean too thick? Is she seriously trying to batter that gate down with an empty shell casing or something? What do you mean you don't think a tank will be enough? Of course it will. That's what tanks are for. Are you stupid? Don't answer that question. Alright, now a tank won't be enough, but a tank turret mounted as a stationary gun emplacement will. A smaller caliber tank turret. Okay. Far Cry 6, where that sort of thing makes perfect sense, although how they would get the tank up here in the first place is beyond me. Okay. I just want to take a second to address the glaring stupid in this part of the mission. It's saying, defend Yelena while she hacks the cannons. Down there in the open, that's Honron. Yelena is in that other tank turret. She's pretty damn well protected. Secondly, how do you hack a cannon? There are no electronic parts. It's a fucking cannon. It's not a smartphone. I mean, if you look at the other turret, the one that Yelena is nice and safely inside, so doesn't need defending from anything, it is just firing all over the place. But mine works fine. So why can't I blast open the gates with the one that works?
Can I do anything to help with that?
She's now talking about how she's hacking through the cannon's firewall? Really? Oh god. Anyway, Honron's down. I better get her back up again, or there might be some kind of penalty. Come on your feet, soldier. May as well use what ammo I have. Supremo's back up again. Fired it at apparently absolutely nothing. You know, there's targets right in front of me and it sends the rockets out over the seawall. You know, whatever. Come on, let's get back in. Jeez. You know, pants on head stupid though this is, it is actually quite fun. It's nice to be doing something. Yelena's almost through the cannon's firewall. Because that's a thing now. Right, and now we're allowed to shoot down the door. Oh man. Still a couple of troops left though. Oh, and now Honron appears to be capable of defending herself, but we'll give her a little bit of help anyway, and I think that's the last of them. Alrighty-roo, let's end this. Except now, because Ubisoft are completely intellectually bankrupt and have totally run out of ideas, we're suddenly playing Call of Duty. Whatever. We are done. A very enjoyable mission, and a satisfying conclusion to this province that was only marginally as stupid as the rest of the game. And then they had to go and spoil it all by stringing Benitez's body up over the docks. I mean, just remind me, who are the good guys here?
Couldn't have done this without you, Danny. That's not a smart move.
You should cut her down.
Why? It's what that bitch deserves.
You killed a soldier. Good for you. Except the thing about soldiers is there's always more of them.
See, Mama. Same mistakes, new faces.
You're just bitter because your revolution came and went and all you got was a fucking mountain.
Enjoy your trophy.
Who needs his private stash? Huh? Salud.
Enough with the pics.
Victory, Danny.
I thought I was Bebe Tigre.
Danny Roja will be bigger than El Tigre. You know why? Because your war will fucking end. Viva la moral!
And we're done, except now we have to watch a cutscene showing how Castillo's son Diego is slowly turning into the same kind of monster that his old man is.
There's something about third world prisons. They make me hard.
As you can see, Mr. McKay, everything is under control.
Good old shakedown. I love it. Did they do it? Who the fuck cares?
The Admiral was a lamb. She did not have the stomach needed to deal with the terroristas. I would like you to consider expanding your operations.
Are you a legend? Open the cell.
With respect, el presidente has a
Open it! Did you fight with Santos Espinosa in the 67 Revolution?
I drove a tank right through the doors of the Capitolio in the Battle of Esperanza. I was there when we took your grandfather. I watched him die.
Why did you hate him?
The only thing a Castillo has done for Yara is rape our land. And you will do the same thing, Gao.
You don't know that.
I do! And if you loosen these chains, I will wrap my hands around your little throat and save Yara from another Castillo. Or you can do your country a favor and kill yourself.
We should have someone look at that mule.
It's not mine.
And that's it. Join us next time when, hopefully, the stupidity will be getting back up to its normal levels and we will be starting the third and final province. Until then, as always, take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.